Okay, so we got 1 litre, 1.2 petrol, I think. And we're gonna do a combat kit replacement on it. It is quite it's a CJZ engine code. It's quite straightforward, not a big job. Only thing is, if you want to change the water pump on this one, the water pump sits behind this plastic here. That's the water, a sort of water flange with the thermostat housing in it. You can buy the water pump complete with this plastic, or you can just buy the water pump on its own, and you can have that done separately. It runs on a belt here. The water pump runs to the camshaft here. There is a belt for it as well. You can change that belt if you want to. Yeah, so we're gonna start taking out the coolant expansion tank. Just remove it here. 2 screws in the back, open it and move it aside. You don't necessarily need to disconnect the hoses here, and then we can just slide this out here. This one slides out. Disconnect them here to have more space, or you can leave them. It's totally up to you. Disconnect us here, then we'll go down, take the underneath cover out, take the auxiliary belt out. We will open up the crankshaft pulley at the bottom, get everything out from the bottom. Then we lower the car down. We jack the engine on the jack and disconnect. We take out the engine mount, 3 bolts, 1 bolt here, and then you've got another 3 bolts or 4 bolts for the bottom mount. And yeah, and remove the cover. I think you'll have to remove the bracket here as well, time belt cover, and you will have everything ready. I'll show you step by step. There is a timing lock tool for it, but you don't necessarily have to use it. As long as you mark it nicely, you can have it done properly. Thank you. just basically gonna, if you pull it down here, that's a tensioner. I don't know if you can see it moving. There is 2 holes that needs to line up. If you pull it down with your hand, that lines up and you put the screw inside, yeah? So come here, pull this down, line up and put it in. And after that we open the crankshaft pulley here and we open the lower cover. You don't necessarily have to remove this, but if you do want to, you can. But it's not holding the front cover to the engine. You've got a few screws to undo as well. 2 are down here and you've got about 2 or 3 on top. And once you've done that, the cover comes off and you'll have the timing belt clear. Yeah, so you basically come, pull it down here, put sort of a screw. 1 second, just stop. Okay, pull it down here and put something down there, and that should stay free, and take the belt off. Thank you. Okay, so forgot to mention that we're supposed to take about 5 screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is 1 more right behind there. So once you've taken all these 5 out, this should just simply pop out like this. So here are the screws. Okay, so that's the pulley, but we'll still have to put the bolt back in to turn the crankshaft later on. We've got the markings here on top, and we will still mark it up after we check on the top. Alright, so now here we've got 1 screw for the bracket, and we also supposed to take out, I believe, the tensioner out, and we're losing the alternator belt from, the alternator from this screw, the bottom screw. the top one we take out, we push the alternator back, because then we can be able to take this out, so we can be able to take this bracket out. So I'll be removing these two screws here, take the alternator, the tensioner out, lose the screw, remove this one completely, push the alternator back, then undo these, undo that one on the top. I don't know if you can see it, this one here. Then we have got another one in here, and there's maybe one more on top, and this bracket is ready to come out. So here I've got a tiny mark, same on that side, and on the crankshaft I've also got that mark there, so it lines up straight a bit. Alright, and just gonna open up the tensioner, loosen it, and that pulley belt is off. This had a genuine belt on it. It's not very bad condition to be honest, but custom asked for it, and we will replace it. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, everything is out, belt out, that is moved, but we'll move it back in and put it in the right place. crankshaft still in place, and now we're just gonna put the new rollers, clean it up a bit, and yeah, job done after. Okay, so here we've got the brand new one, that's old one, that's all, yeah, that's brand new, and they're all INA parts. And here we've got the bolt for tensioner and the crankshaft, and this is the part here, and that part matches up as well. And if you come here on the box, if you scan that box, you actually get some information about the part, so not very much useful, but still something. And yeah, so just gonna put the belt in, roller, tensioner, and time it up and torque it, and return the engine a few times to see if everything is okay. And yeah, job done. Nothing is moved yet, so we will have it done shortly. Thank you. So there you go, new belt fitted, and what I've done is I use 30 spanner, and I went in there and you just move it like this. Hold the camera like this. Okay. There you go, new belt fitted. That's just alright, all tightened up. I'm gonna turn it, and that crankshaft is also okay, still on the mark. Yeah, I will spin it now, so if everything is okay, job is done. Thank you. Okay, so everything is done now. Just put everything back together. Make sure you don't forget anything. That's torque, timing bit is lined up, and everything looks okay. Thank you.